Audio working good now? Just want to make sure the audio is solid. Let me take this out. I just realized I got these headsets in. Just make sure the audio is good before we keep going. I'm sure on TikTok it's fine. All right, here we go. All right, let's go over some stocks. Let's review some stuff. Just breaking down some of this awesome Oracle. There we go. All right, cool. Just want to bring this up a little bit. Here we go. I could see. Perfect. Just reading through some of the Watt members here. XRP. Oh, that's right. The XRP Bitcoin ETF now. Nike did not follow Lulu's path. This probably goes against smart investor rules, but I scored FJet today, so. FJet. Let's just see what this is too. FJet apparently is going to the moon. Oh wow. Yeah, look at that. What a pump. What a pump on this. Just going back here earlier today, $7 all the way up to $19 or $17 and then went back down. Nice. That's solid. Let's see what else we got here. Yeah, so anyway, so Oracle stock really is starting to pump now. It had that news off of TikTok. They just put their news out. There we go. So I just want to break down some of the levels here. We'll start off just with the main stuff. We'll start with Qs. Looking at QQQ right here. QQQ 608. Now starting to pull back, showing signs of life here, coming back, which is nice. This is what we want to see. We have... Well, I didn't realize that video was going to get so... Someone was writing on it because I took a position on AVGO, and wow, that's so funny. I posted this position. I'm getting cooked on Broadcom right now, and I posted it on my TikTok, and somebody's cracking me up because you're fully diversified, so no need to worry. But my whole portfolio is in AVGO, so it's very interesting to see that. But AVGO is getting cooked. I mean, 321 went down, and we're holding shares up at 347. So we're right at that rejection line, which doesn't look too good for the Robinhood account, but we'll see what happens. Got to give it some time. I mean, it's only been a couple of days, but AVGO, I bought the fallen knife, and we basically went from 424, didn't buy here. I was still being patient at 380. I figured, okay, 360, I'm still not going to buy. And then I bought around 347 to 350, right in this area. And then we've been getting smoked right here. So now we've been getting smoked. So 350 is where we are, but it's trading down at 330. So we're going to see what happens here. Definitely not what we wanted, but it's all good. So we're going to be patient, and we're going to have to see where this one goes. Let's see here. So all good though, it just cracks me up. Sometimes you think you know, and then it just sells off on you. So AVGO, we are getting smoked. Nothing wrong with that. Let's go to the live on TikTok just so I can make sure I can hear you guys. Let me mute this. I just realized. There we go. So now it should be good. All right, guys, let's go over some stocks. So we'll start off with the Qs. This was the play I was looking for. It didn't work out. I've been getting faked out here. I thought that we were going to dip here on QQQ, retest the 604, and then reject, but it looks like it is starting to hold. So if it can hold this level on Qs, I would just keep playing this level until. So We have the bottom now, $600, had that nice bounce, whole dollar, half dollar level, pulled back from 630. If you look at the Qs overall, still bullish on the 1-year chart, but overall, we just got to watch the $600 level. If 600 breaks, it's a big, massive red candle. If 600 does break, look for move back down to 584. On the SPY, you see a little bit of a different story. Going on the 1 month, we are just testing that right there at $670. 670 was tested. See if that level continues to break on the SPY, if it gets retested. You know, at the end of the Christmas year rally, as they say. So we'll see if Broadcom does that for me. Now, SMH, I figured this was actually a good spot to actually buy because you have these rejection points here, right? It's $350 per share. SMH is pulling back, and it's not going to help if stocks like, you know, Nvidia or AVGO pull back. So we got to keep an eye on that. But they definitely are starting to show signs of weakness with the AI trade. But you know how quick these things can flip. So I want to be a buyer during these dips, taking that risk. And we'll see how it plays out. Looking at SMH, we are trading to that $350 mark again. And if you followed on the 1-day chart, we've been rejecting 352 multiple times. A little bit above 350, 351, and then rejecting underneath. But that's the level you got to watch. You got to make sure that is SMH going to reject $350 tomorrow? And what better way to determine that? You're going to look at stocks like Nvidia. You're going to look at stocks like AVGO that are big funds, part of a lot of growth stocks. They're usually 4 to 5% or more. So it's like something you got to look into here. So with Nvidia, we're watching that 170. If 170 is going to break, we're definitely headed down to 167. So I'd definitely be cautious watching this. Nvidia is showing signs of weakness. It is trading at the bottom of the channel. And it all goes back to the Qs. I mean, the Qs has to hold $600 per share. If it doesn't hold 600 level is the line. And I'm looking at QQQs as 600 as that line in the sand. You know, we got to be cautious, make sure it's coming there. And we just have to hold this level. That's all it is. Let me zoom it out for you so you can see. Look at it on the 1-year chart. I mean, this is your levels right here. You could see 600, 600, 600, 600. So a massive red volume candles coming in. So I wouldn't count it out, but we'll see if it surprises us. It had a strong year. I do think it's going to surprise us and finish strong the end of 2025. Kind of makes sense. Being strong in the last 2 weeks, probably lower volume. I do think some profit taking was happening. I think that's what you were seeing with some of these companies. Let's go over AVGO. You guys know I'm dying on this. I have it on my TikTok. If you follow my TikTok, you've been seeing my position on it, or my YouTube channel. We're getting cooked. We bought around 347 and 350. I just added more shares today, down at 330. Continuing dollar cost average in this fallen knife pattern. It is 424 where I bought. I figured an 18% pullback was good. Now it is pulled back at 22%. And looking at AVGO, I think I'm down 8% on this right now already. Let's just do it from around 348, 350. We're down 5% on it. So we're down 5% already on this. Continuing to sell off on this. And you really got to be cautious, because if I didn't have some shares of this right now, I've been adding and accumulating because I think they're going to bounce. But there's really no indication of it. I would be looking for moves back up to 350 for another short position. I think that would make the most sense. So we'll have to, if we do get that position back, we will have to monitor it and see what it's going to do. Because the problem with AVGO, and I got a little excited when it pulled back 20% in 2 days, is 323 really is a big line in the sand here for AVGO. So it's something that we got to be cautious, we got to watch, and kind of go from there. That's something that I'm definitely wondering. Now, Oracle stock is blowing up. Oracle stock, we know, has their deal with TikTok. It's what I'm streaming on right now, and it's clear. I mean, if anybody does any streaming or any kind of like YouTube or whatever, it really is the most dominant. And it definitely gets the most attraction. I mean, if you look at my YouTube channel is 6,000 subscribers. I'm YouTube live streaming right now, and I have 2 viewers on YouTube versus I have 8 on TikTok. Sometimes even TikTok will get me up to almost 50 people. It's something with the algorithm, works very well. I definitely think TikTok has more momentum when it comes down to it. And just looking at year to date, if you look at year to date and you just held in the beginning of the year, Oracle stock wasn't a bad buy. 165, that all the way up to 185. It's not a terrible return when you think about it. It's 11%. Now, if you sold up here, you would have made 110%. So it just really determines with Oracle stock where you're going to buy. Now, we were talking about this level. I was very, very cautious of the 180. Are we going to reject this 180? I'm not sure if Oracle stock is cooked. I mean, right now I'm getting cooked on Broadcom, so we'll see. But I'm tempted to buy this, but I'm waiting. I've told everybody in the comments, you guys hearing it right here, when Oracle, if it ever pulls back, which I'm just being patient, if I miss it, I miss it. I mean, this could be the bottom for it, who knows? But what I'm waiting for is I want to see it do like what a Tesla did when it went from like $400 down to $100. I want to see Oracle go all the way down from 345 down to 125. It's a 60% pullback. And I know that sounds wild, but you have this huge gap that really needs to be filled if it breaks. If it breaks 180, I can imagine we're going to slide down to 150s and what I hope would be 125. And that would be my entry for a long-term position that I'd put in the YouTube portfolio. If we could pull back another 25%, that's what I'd be looking for with Oracle. I want to see this thing continue to sell off. We need earnings to be bad. We need to prove that AI is not really working out in the short term and then go from there. I do like watching Netflix as well. Netflix is at $94. I do believe they're forming a little bit of just a little pattern here where they're trying to hold this $92, but I'm just going to draw this out because I feel like what I see is just a really drawn out bear flag until the next catalyst. That's basically what I'm looking at. And I think we're just going to see this. I don't know if you can, let me zoom in a little more so you can see. I think what I'm looking for is this. I'm waiting for, we were just going like this and then going to go down. And that's what I want to see when it comes to Netflix. I want to see if we go a little lower. And I want to move down to $85 per share. That would make me very happy. That is what I am looking for when it comes to Netflix. So definitely watching out for that and paying attention to those levels. Let's see here. What's the next stock we're looking at here? Do you think Netflix will get to 150 in 12 months? I mean, hey, anything's possible. It does seem like Netflix likes to make the move first, and the market's starting to pull back. It's already been pulling back since about 2 months ago in October from 125 highs. I mean, Netflix, 150, it hasn't even got to 150. I mean, that's all-time highs, so I don't think it's going to get there anytime soon. I mean, if you look here, $94 up to 134 would be the high. Maybe you're thinking split, but right there, it's a 43% return. If anything, I think we're more likely to see $85, a minus 9 to 10% pullback first. That's kind of what I'd be looking for when it comes down to that. I'm going to just post you guys the live stream for the on YouTube, on TikTok. So if you guys want the full chart, you can just click on this link here for YouTube. You can get the whole live stream. All right, so now looking here, APLD, not that. CoreWeave is something that is interesting to me. I was calling this out thinking like this is such a piece of crap. 187 it was at, and now it's in pulling back. We are finally approaching massive support levels here at $67 per share. So I am interested. I am thinking about it, pulling the trigger on these guys. But just looking at it here, I mean, you did have that rejection at $64 down to 60. And then when it broke that and started going up, it just went to the moon right up to 187. So if we do pull back and we do break this 67, I mean, I think we could go down to $40 on CoreWeave. I know that sounds wild to say, but these companies cost a lot of money and they are definitely not proven themselves yet. Looking at Amazon stock, I think Amazon is interesting. It's just kind of hovering in this zone right now of $215 all the way up to, let's see, 240. So interesting. We just got to wait and see where it's going to play out. Meta stock, that was a call. We bought these guys below 600. It's still trading pretty decently, but they got to get above this 680. If you look at Meta, They got to get above here right now. So we're holding shares, of course, but we got to get above $675 per share, and then potentially we can make a move higher. That's what we're kind of waiting for when it comes to them. Let's see here. And if there's stocks you want reviewed, just mention it to me. Let's see here. I'm going over a few stocks I think are important. Google's pulling back now, 332. We're holding them down at 160, so that's okay. And then Microsoft, I've been buying all these dips. I've been buying these dips down here at 472, building them up in the YouTube portfolio, which is nice. And I really think Microsoft, once it gets above 494, we're going back up to 500. So just waiting for that. BlackBerry, I didn't even know this company is still in business. Let's see here. BlackBerry's selling off, 450 down to $4. See, look, I was drawing a cup and handle here. So you had the cup, and then it just died off. It's like funny how you draw patterns out, and then you look at it, it doesn't work out. But yeah, they're testing that $4 support right now. Interesting on BlackBerry. Tesla stock is something that I think you should be intrigued by. This is making higher highs. It is testing support, and it's retesting it multiple times. If you look back, you had right here at 470, 470, and 480 right here. We're just going to call it 470 because right here is rejection, and then it rejected again right here at 474. And then what is it doing now? Tesla is trying to go higher. Now there's two things that are happening here. You either have a head and shoulders forming. It's sloppy a little bit, but there's the head. So there's two things that could be happening here. You have the head here, boom, boom, boom. Inverse head and shoulders right there. And then we can start maybe potentially going down. But I think what's really happening potentially here is we are holding this $465 level. And holding this $465 level, let's see. If it retests 496, I think it's going to go up again. So very interesting to watch and see how this is going. Let's see if it can break that. Yeah, Rivian. I can't believe this stock. It's unbelievable. They were like 12 bucks. I didn't buy them because I was just thinking the autonomy thing. Now they're mentioning, I believe, autonomy, self-driving, and everything. It's like a dead cat bounce, but it's still very good if you look at it compared to what it used to be. I mean, people bought at 179 on these guys. 179 on Rivian. Must have thought it was the next Tesla. So I understand why people are buying it down at, you just have to hold it for over a year. Down at $10. Yeah, you have to hold it for actually 3 years. 2 years. Yeah, 2 to 3 years you had to hold this to reap the rewards of doubling your money. But it would have been worth it. Rivian. You know, it's wild. Yeah, Oracle's moving in the after hours, which is great. I think Oracle is definitely sold off. I want to see these guys sell off another 30, 40, 50%. I want to see down to 125. So I'm waiting for them. I'm just being patient. I'm not buying Oracle until they get really sold off even more. And 345, I want to see this pull back. I want to see this come back from 345 all the way down to 180. That's 47% pullback. I want to see a 60% pullback. That would be nice. I'll get in around 130 and lower. That's what I'll be looking for when it comes to Oracle stock. We need to see them sell off a little more. Would love that. Let's see something here. Nice. I'm just reading through your comments here. But yeah, that was the big thing. I just want to review some of these stocks. Any other stocks you guys holding? What are you guys bag holding? Come on, give me some good stuff. I'm being honest with you. I'm bag holding AVGO. You saw it in my TikTok profile. So what are you guys holding that you bought that went up or down right now, whether you're winning or you're losing? That's one of my bags right now is AVGO. MU right now making higher highs, 264, did well in their earnings. And just got to see. Yeah, it might not. We'll see. I mean, the reason I'm bringing up this crazy number and you think, oh, it's not possible is remember Tesla? and Meta have done this too. They did this in the past too. So remember, this is Tesla stock. When Tesla was trading in 2021 at the 414, and it went all the way down to $100 per share. Look at this. All the way down to $100 per share. That's what I want to see with Oracle stock. If you look at Oracle, it's very similar pattern. Oracle got pumped to 345. Why can't it go down here? You know? I mean, I'm not saying it's going to happen. I could be completely wrong and this can go up, but I'm just going to wait, you know? I would love to see Rivian get bought up by Amazon. But I don't know. I feel like Amazon is kind of just doing their own thing. You know, they got the Zooks. You know, Amazon isn't everything. I think, honestly, this stock right here, Amazon, this is one of the few stocks that I pretty much buy once a month in my other account. And I don't even look at it. I just buy it any price it's at. Because I feel like I almost can't live without Amazon. I feel like with Christmas coming, ordering all the gifts on that and everything that it's involved in with AWS, I feel like Amazon is just, they're amazing at creating revenue and then eventually turning into profits. Netflix, I'm not a fan right now. I'm just being patient. I want to see Netflix kind of just pull back a little more. I think we have clear support levels here at 85. I'll be interested if we get back to 85. Yeah, that is true. They are the biggest holder. Amazon's just in everything right now. I think, and Netflix is in this bear flag right now. It's eventually going to sell off. No problem, Con. ExxonMobil. I used to own these guys at like $60 per share. This was like 10 years ago. I don't even know if it's going to even have it on the chart. I got to go back to like, here we go. Not 10 years ago, I guess. Yeah, 2020, I guess it was. I had these guys at 60. This was a nice gain back in the day. I doubled my money. I sold them up at like 100, 110. But that was it. Just left it alone after that. I don't know. ExxonMobil, I really don't know. I mean, who knows? I mean, look at that straight line up. Straight line up. What I want to see is I want to see this stock recover. I am a big fan of AVGO. I own FSPGX, the growth fund, and I'm a big fan of AVGO. And I think that by March or April, I am going to be singing a nice happy little tune because I like to believe that this was the pattern long term. And I think swing traders were looking at this thinking that AVGO has been trading like this and it's going to get a bounce. So we'll see. I could be wrong. It could sell off even more. So we'll find out. SMCI is an interesting stock. I'm just afraid to trade it, so I don't deserve to make money with these guys. I am afraid to hold SMCI. SMCI just scares me. They don't have to really follow regulations. You don't really know how they're booked, are they cooked or not. So I'm going to just wait for the absolute worst thing to happen. I don't know if it's ever going to happen, but if it comes down to this support level, back down to $18, $20 per share, I will be interested in buying them. But that's about it, you know. It says some comments were filtered. I don't know why I filtered comments. I don't want any filtered comments. I want you guys to be able to say whatever you like. Let me just look at the community. Let me see if I'm going to change it so we can see everything because I don't know why we're filtering anything. I don't want to filter anything. I want you guys to be able to say whatever you like. Doesn't matter to me. What are my thoughts on SoFi? I used to own these guys at $5, $6 and I let them go. That's kind of my thoughts. I think SoFi, I mean, I get it. Technology company, they're moving forward. They're doing what they're doing. Just be careful of this level. That's all I'm going to say. Just be careful of $24 to $25 per share. I think if you break this level, we're going lower. And just make sure you're following stop losses. I just think that's what you really got to be careful on when it comes to that. So when I look at SoFi Technologies, I'm aware that if we do break $25 per share, I think we're headed down to 20. So that's what I would look for. So yeah, Nike stock, man. I have those guys in my YouTube portfolio, and they're really not performing well. They're really just stuck in this rut. Now it's at $58. Jesus. So now they're at 58. They're actually going lower. Oh wow, they just died recently. I didn't realize. I wasn't even watching them because this is my long-term portfolio, but they're not looking too hot right now. I mean, look at this. Just in the last not even 2 days. This is, actually, this is after hours. I guess they had earnings. So yeah, look at that. Boom, right down to $58. Let me just see Nike real quick because I do own these guys. I think I got like 5-6 grand in them. Yeah, it says Q2 results failed to convince investors of recovery. So yeah, it's down. Yeah, Nike stock's been a big disappointment. I think they got to break out of this pattern. Nike stock. This is brutal. Let me just send this to the guys in the WAP. Needs resuscitation. We need to get resuscitation on Nike stock. This is just brutal. Look at that sell off. God damn. That's all good. We'll collect the dividend in the meantime, and we got to reevaluate them. They got to break out of that pattern. So, the cable guy, what's up, man? Making any more trades or what? I haven't heard from you. I hope your trading's going well. PayPal, $60. I'm very tempted. I'm just gonna be patient and wait. I want to see if this sells off. I want to see if we break $50 finally. Let me see if I can. Yeah, I appreciate you guys tuning in so late. You guys are great.